to all the filmmakers involved in this, please, I have one request for you. Leave this as a trilogy. Don't do what others have done. Insidious Chapter 3. So Insidious Chapter 3 is the prequel to the Insidious movies so far of the Insidious trilogy. Please keep this as a trilogy, please. And it follows this girl who's been trying to contact her mother for the past year, and after she has consulted the paranormal psychic from the previous two Insidious movies, Lin Shaye, she realizes that a demon has decided to latch onto her, and you know, just like every other ghost movie, shit gets real. Alright guys, so let's get into Insidious Chapter 3. I was really skeptical about going into this because of one thing, James Wan wasn't directing. I had the same skepticism about going to Annabelle last year because James Wan wasn't directing and the director of Mortal Kombat was directing that one. Now with this one, since that Leigh Whannell as a first time director with this thing, I had a little bit more hope with this one because, you know, he was the writer of the Insidious movies so far, so I figured he could at least know the beats of directing a horror film. And I have to say, I think he did a pretty decent job for his very first horror film. He did a well done job, I think. Now, of course, the acting in this movie, for the most part, it is really well done. The main girl, Stephanie Scott, does an awesome job of being that girl. Of course, her story is a little cliche, but I can get a little past that, of course. I felt bad for her after one certain thing especially. I mean, my god, she has been through hell. Lin Shaye here returns as Elise, does a phenomenal job as always. She's been the best actress or best person in the Insidious franchise so far. The father of the main girl, I thought was the best actor of this movie besides Lin Shaye. He was awesome. I really dug him. Now, of course, with the first time director, I was seriously hoping that Leigh Whannell was not going to make this a jump scare fest, or at least a false alarm jump scare fest like certain other films. I believe to say that he doesn't make this a false alarm jump scare fest, but there are a lot of jump scares. Likely there's the jump scares that have that scary image that pretty much burns itself into your, like, there's this one shot that's still in my head. But for the most part, he does a really well done job of setting up some really good scares. Not all the scares are good, but some of them are pretty well done. Like one certain scene had my heart pounding, one certain scene did. And also the film is shot so beautifully, the cinematography is really well done. Now, of course, this movie isn't perfect. At the most, I will say it is a fun horror film. For a storyline that's pretty cliche, you know, a daughter loses her mother, wants to contact her, a demon latches on. I'm not gonna lie, we've seen this a bunch of times before, but I will say though, the way how it's constructed together feels fresh, but at the same time, you still feel like you've sort of seen this before in a lot of different films. Now, like I said before, the film has a lot of jump scares. Luckily, that while they aren't false alarm jump scares, I would say 80 to 90% of the scares are jumps. There's maybe a select few that actually have some build-up terror in them, but for the most part, there's some, I mean, most of the movie is just jump scares. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of the jumps did work, like one certain scene where this girl's looking out of a window. That was a really done one. That was really well done. And again, this is Leigh Whannell's first film. I am sure he will learn off of this one. But it just felt like that the only way he could scare someone was, you know, as soon as you see the image, you would jump. The jumps do work. They really do work, because I did jump a lot. I really did. But I wasn't in fear the entire time. Also, I mean, I gotta say now, demons, now, I don't know demons. I don't know how demons work. But I have to say, the demons in this film, they seemed pretty weak compared to the past two films. I don't know what it was, because I remember in the previous two films, the demons were pretty damn strong in the previous two films, while in this one, they seemed a little weak in this one. I don't know why. And also, this is a horror movie, right? But honestly, it felt like a lot of the time it tried to be a little too comedic rather than scary. One other thing is that the main villain in this film didn't seem as menacing as, let's say, the demon from the very first Insidious film. So overall, Insidious Chapter 3 is a fun and enjoyable creep fest. It's not terrifying by all means, but it's a creepy film, and together as a trilogy, it is a fun and enjoyable trilogy that if you want to buy Halloween, you can watch these with your friends. Leigh Whannell does have a lot of potential as a director, and I believe he can do even better than this. I'm gonna give Insidious Chapter 3 a 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this with my friend, although the audience experience that's a totally different story. Alright guys, so comment and let me know below which Insidious movie is your favorite out of all 3. Let me know below, guys. And if you guys enjoyed what you saw and liked what you saw, please like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. And as always, until the next review, I will see you guys next time.